Book reviews are meaningless, and I'm about to explain why. Stick around for some pointers to help you to spot some that maybe are more likely to be genuine. However, what I'm about to share with you will change the way you look at a book, even if it has raving reviews. The question underlying my statement is, can you trust book reviews? Are they genuine? Knowing human nature? Probably not. Stay with me as we drill down on how to view book reviews critically and logically. By the end of this video, you should have more of an idea how to make that judgment call. And yes, I just said judgment call, as there is usually no way you and I can tell for 100% sure if a book review is legitimate or not. Having said that, there are certain things which scream possible fraud. There are always people who try and play the system to succeed or get sales. It came as a bit of a shock to me to realize just how many things are actually rigged. People even try to pay for YouTube videos. Organizations such as Amazon are trying really hard to put things in place to ensure reviews are genuine. But how can you tell? The first thing that casts shadows of doubt on book reviews for me is when you look at a newly released indie book and all the 10 reviews are 5-star and the book has just come out. And usually the author is fairly unknown. And another thing I come across frequently is books that are darn right awful and have mostly 5 and 4-star reviews singing their praises. I know different people like different things, but some of these books I give a 2-star rating to and think, did these people read the same book? Clearly not. Or, if a review is extensive and very professional and 5 stars, in my opinion, it is probably paid for or the author did a review swap. There are organizations that pay reviewers to review books, and I've come across one of these before because obviously I'm a book reviewer. One of the rules is that you make only favorable comments. That's not an honest review. I know the Book Raw review website instructs reviewers to rate from 3 to 5 stars and to contact them if they can't do that. That sounds a little directive. I wonder what Amazon thinks about that. Another thing to look out for is half-hearted one-line reviews that in effect tell you, hey, I received a free copy of this book in return for reviewing it, and so have to write this review, but I really don't know what to say. And then there are book bounty reviews which are not rigged and are scrutinized to ensure the reviews are genuine. I'm a member of Book Bounty and it is a good system and Amazon approved. However, I get the feeling the reviewers, who are other authors, don't like to be too honest in case other people are too blunt about their books. You aren't allowed to review the book of another author who has reviewed your book, but I wonder if authors project their insecurities about getting a bad review onto their reviewing technique subconsciously, and so are much nicer than a genuine reader with no skin in the game. And how many books do you find on Amazon that have less than a star rating average of under 4? Not many. And not many under 3 either, even less. So what do book reviews actually really mean when most books have about the same average? Do you then look at how many reviews? I know some very popular books have more than 100,000 reviews, but is that likely to be genuine? I mean, if you read a very popular book and love it, but there are already thousands of great reviews, would you bother reviewing it? I certainly wouldn't, and I don't. I'd move on. I've got other things to do. So where do all those reviews come from? It's clear books need reviews, but in some ways they are meaningless when you consider what we've just discussed. What my best friend and I do, well, we look at the book description and decide whether it interests us or not. Sometimes the book is by an author we have already read, and other times we've seen a podcast about the book and the topic interests us. I couldn't care less about the reviews in those cases. In fact, I don't even read them. I do read them when selecting a random book and a book I'm going to review for Book Bounty. But then sometimes I still don't like the book, despite other glowing reviews. And then sometimes the book is terrible and the book descriptions are not that reflection of the actual book. So, how to spot probable genuine reviews? Look for original description and description different to other reviews on the page and typical ways of writing reviews. Look for enthusiasm that is obviously natural and unforced. Look for reviews that mention both positives and negatives about the book, what the reader liked but what they thought was missing or could be improved. Those are way more likely to be genuine. Reviews that are extensive and very professional sounding make me question who the author of the review is and if they have a vested interest, i.e., know the author or are getting paid. Then there are reviews which are not really about the plot or characters, and you wonder if the author actually bothered to read the book at all and is perhaps part of a review scheme and just trying to earn points. And of course, AI written reviews. How could I forget to mention them? Fortunately, AI can't read books in Amazon, so the person will probably have read the book at least a bit and given the AI some facts and the book description. But you can spot them, especially if the AI has just copied other reviews and tried to reword them or summarize the reviews that are on the page for the book so far. And you know, I've spotted some reviews that are obviously about another book. So when you look at an overall rating, be sure to look through the reviews and also consider the rating may be affected by bias and all the factors above. Hey, your books sell better with reviews as they are proof of other people usually investing time and money in the book. However, you can't guarantee the review ratings. In some ways, getting a good review average just puts you on the same playing field as thousands or probably millions of other books, the same as if your books and those books each had no reviews. The best reviews are ones written after a reader has bought, read and enjoyed the book so much that they just had to leave a review. If all reviews meant that, they would be far more meaningful than the ratings we find ourselves trying to interpret these days. Another thing to consider is, do you leave honest reviews if you don't like a book? Do you go to that effort or move straight on to something else? I guess you could if you were a part of a review scheme, but maybe not. Otherwise, unless you had a bone to pick, you wouldn't bother. So if that's the case, only positive reviews may make it under natural review circumstances. So then, would it be down to a matter of taste and which writing style you like? So see what I mean? Book reviews are basically meaningless. Hey, just buy a book if you like the sound of the description or sample or have read the author before and enjoy it. And then leave a positive, meaningful review if you like it. It would save us authors a lot of time and money reading and reviewing other books and paying for review site subscriptions. Then we can get on and write, and you will have genuine reviews and better books to read. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe for more revelations, reviews, and book tips. See you next time.